Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us at the MarketSite studio in Times Square, New York City, we have Caleb Silver, editor-in-chief at Investopedia for Financial Literacy Month, which of course is every April. And for this discussion, we are going to learn what are assets, and it's more than just stocks and bonds, Caleb, and it really does matter where you invest your money.
Yeah, where you invest your money, where you are in your investing journey, and your long-term goals. But asset classes, we're really talking about financial products here, and those can be everything from stocks, bonds, commodities, alternative assets like real estate, even cash is an asset. Some people consider crypto an asset. So there's a lot of choices out there. What really matters is what your goals are and where you're putting your money now.
Let's start with cash.
Yeah, cash is cash, and sometimes cash is king. In an uncertain environment, people like to hold on to cash. It's a safety haven. Usually when there's a lot of fear in the market, you see a lot of people moving to the dollar. The dollars are pretty safe, widely held investment. So cash is fine. You just don't want cash in the mattress. You got to earn money on your money. And right now, these days, you can earn money in the bank. Banks are giving you some yield now on your money, either through a CD or a money market fund. You can get 4 to 5%. Good place to put your cash right now.
Let's move on to fixed income, one of the largest asset classes.
Yeah, everybody talks about stocks. Stocks are, get all the headlines, but really bonds, fixed income, that's what moves markets around here. And that is really owning the debt of a company, a country, a municipality, or a big project like a bridge building project. You can own the bonds. That means you're owning the debt. You are loaning money, in the case of a company, to that company for its purposes. You don't own equity in the company like you do with the stock. You own a debt obligation, and there's usually a yield on that and a maturity date. So you may hold it for 2 years to get a 5% yield on that. So it's very important to pay attention to what your yield is and what the duration is in fixed income.
Let's talk about stocks, also known as equities.
Yeah, stocks, that means you own a piece of the company. You own a fraction of the company, and it's a great way to own growth in American companies or international companies, but basically you're owning a fraction of that company, and you are betting on the future profitability of that company. Did I say country? You're betting on the future profitability of that company, and the ways to make money owning equities is either through a dividend. Some companies pay you a dividend to own their stock. Maybe it's a few bucks a month or a quarter on every share that you own. Or if you buy low and sell high, that's how you make money with stocks or equities, but basically you're owning a piece of the company.
Let's talk about commodities. We know a lot about that. These are the things that you buy and sell, like corn and wheat, the things that we eat and use in our household.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of inflation in commodities over the past year and a half, but commodities are key. This is what really makes the world go round. These are things in the agricultural space, like coffee, like sugar, like corn, or even steer, agricultural products like that. And also, you can own metals, copper, gold, steel, aluminum. These are commodities too. So commodities are a key asset class, not that popular for individual investors, but you can access them either directly or through exchange traded funds if you want to own commodities. And the dollar also considered a currency, but also some people consider some currencies commodities as well.
What about alternative asset classes?
Yeah, we're talking about everything from real estate to fine wine in some cases, artwork, even cryptocurrency is considered an alternative asset class. Less liquid because you got to sell them and you got to find a buyer for them at the right price to turn that into cash, but there's a lot of value in that. Real estate is a very popular alternative asset, but the whole thing with real estate is you have to have great timing, buy low and sell high, and that's the same with other asset classes. You can collect them, but if you're trying to make money as an investor, you have to be pretty savvy about when to buy and when to sell.
And have a lot of capital on hand to do so. What asset class is most popular and which has performed the best?
Yeah, stocks. Excluding Bitcoin if you just look at the last 10 years, but really stocks. And the stock market is a dependable place traditionally to put your money. If we go back 80 years and you know this, the stock market's return an average of about 8 to 9% a year, excluding dividends. So stocks are a pretty stable place, but the whole thing is to not just buy some stocks and forget about it, keep buying, dollar cost average in, build a sizable portfolio, and then take advantage of the magic of compounding. And over time, you will be very happy that you did that when you were a younger person.
All right, Caleb, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.